Hello, I just want to show you my Astrophytum cactus. I went out into my greenhouse this morning and noticed this. All these seeds have burst out of the seed pod. And this is how I found it. The flower head exactly like that. And it's literally just hanging off. So it's just crisped up and fell off whilst it's burst, and you can see all of these little seeds in there. It doesn't look like there's loads, but this is a flower that I pollinated myself. I had a flower open up in July and I pollinated it on the 23rd of July with pollen that I collected from my other Astrophytum plant, which is a speckled colour. This one's the nudum. Can't get this camera to focus. And I snipped off the pollen from the other cactus and stored it in my fridge in the kitchen until this plant came into flower, because I wanted to experiment with my own pollination using pollen collected from a plant and stored and see if it would work. So I pollinated this flower on the 20th of August. So that's about a month later. It's now burst open and produced seeds. So that's about 4 weeks later after I pollinated it. And I haven't been out into the greenhouse for a few days, maybe 2 or 3 days. So this could have burst open yesterday or the day before, but I've just noticed it today. So I just wanted to show you that it is possible to store your pollen in a cool fridge environment in your own home to use at a later date, because I find that I've got 2 Astrophytums and they don't bloom together. They come into bud at the same time, but this one always seems to open after my other one. So I wanted to keep the pollen and just try it out, and it seems to have worked. I did have another flower here which I pollinated, but as I was leaning over the plant I caught it with my jumper and it fell off. So perhaps that one may have worked as well because I pollinated that one. But I just wanted to show you. And I'm going to now extract the seeds and see how many we've got. And there was a little spider on there earlier, so I don't know what he's been doing in there, but I've since took him away.
Mummy.
Right, I've now brought my cactus plant into the kitchen. I'm just going to now remove the seed pod here and place it on here to try and extract the seeds, clean them off with the towel tissue, and then in here I've got cooled boiled water mixed with a very tiny amount of just normal household bleach, which is what I always use to then clean or sterilise or disinfect the seeds, then dry them out, and then I put them into my bag. Okay, I'm going to try and do this. I just tried to tug on it a minute ago and it was really tight, and okay, so we've got it there. Let's see if I can turn my light on, be able to see the seeds. Now I don't know how many's in there. It didn't look like a huge seed pod compared to some that I've seen online and on other YouTube videos, but I'm still happy because it worked, and I just hope that it inspires you to start pollinating your plants, because it is fun to get seeds. Now I just point here, they've got like bits of white flesh attached to them, I think that is what we need to clean off. It almost looks like it's tried to germinate, like a seed would germinate. Right, so I'm going to take all these out and show you what it looks like when I've took them out. Now I've just took them all out, that's what's left. Now, to be honest, I think that because these have been exposed in the greenhouse and perhaps that flower pod had been burst open for a few days without me knowing, I think these seeds have started germinating. I don't think that's any residual pulp from the fruit that's there. I think they've actually individually burst and trying to start growing, because I've picked one up and it just looks like the seed has popped open and it's starting to grow. And I'm scared if I break those white bits off, then, you know, I've destroyed the plant. I think I'm just going to plant them straight away into some soil just to see what happens, because I've never seen that before. I mean, I've seen other people's Astrophytum seeds, but I'm sure they don't look like this. I think they've already started germinating with the moisture and the damp, humid air outside with this recent rain we've had. Okay, I've just got some of my soil mixture and I've just poured boiling water onto it to rehydrate it. Then I've put it into the microwave to sterilise it for 3 minutes. And in the meantime, I've got the seeds and sprayed them with some sprayed them with some distilled water, which I added aspirin to, the tablets that you take, aspirin, and just sprayed that over there lightly just to keep them damp. And this is the tub I'm going to use to sow them in whilst I wait for my soil to cool down. And then I will put them into that little pot that you see there and then put them into this bag. Back to the kitchen now. I'm going to help speed up this process of the soil cooling down. I'm just going to fill in this pot with my soil. And then I'm just going to literally put those seeds on top. And this is already damp, so I won't need to add any more water to it just yet. But yeah, that's quite surprising with those seeds. I didn't realise that was going to happen. Yeah. I don't want to destroy them, so I'm just going to plant them up and see what happens with them. And just going to finish through. I've just added a little bit of my sand mix, which is also sterilised, which I keep in a separate pot. And then I've additionally sprayed that just to settle it on top. And now I'm going to put these little seeds on top. Okay, I've finished putting the seeds on there now, and I've got 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I just gently put them onto the surface and then sprayed them again just to settle. Okay, so I've put them in the bag now, and I've only done it up halfway because they were in the greenhouse and they were already exposed and they started to sprout. I'm going to just leave it halfway for now just to help hold in a bit of moisture, and then probably by the end of the week I'll have opened it a little bit more and I'll just keep on top of the spraying just to keep it moist in there. Okay, thank you for watching.